are looking up recipe for bath bombs. This is my recipe for shower melts. We'll be making those later. I've got probably 45 different, here we go, 45 different recipes for different things. Multiple for bath bomb, multiple for shower melts, bath bombs, bath oils, everything that I'll be making. And I'm getting ready to go on this journey, and I'm excited. And I'm missing half of my ingredients. I'll be right back. Okay. Now we've got everything. So we're going to start with this. And here we go. As soon as I get the bag open. There we go. Good job, Hannah. So proud of you. Cup. We are using my Pilford 1/3 cup measuring cup because that's what I could pilfer from the kitchen. Cup of citric acid, cup of baking soda. We're going to use this one because it's still open. Third cup. I'll just put that in there for now. Half a cup of cornstarch. There we go. Third cup, so we'll do a little bit more than a third cup. That'll be about a half cup. There we go. Might as well close up our ingredients to keep them fresh. Don't take it away from you. Epsom salt, we'll need half a cup, right? Half cup, so a little over a third. We got 1/3. We'll do about a third and a half. And if Dylan Hollis is watching, I only have the third cup. I know you hate it, but I have the third cup measuring cup because, quite frankly, my husband got these blue ones and they break really easily. So this is literally the only cup we have left because we don't use it for cooking. Because somebody hates it just as much as you do. Alright, so I've got that in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my coconut oil and I'm going to go heat it up, and I'm going to put you on pause while I do that, okay? Okay, so we've got our oil heated up now, and I've changed my mind on doing the rose. We're going to do lavender, and we're going to do them in these ones. I'll deal with that later. Alright. So my recipe the original recipe called for 3 tablespoons of oil, but I prefer a little bit heavier oil scent, or heavier oils in mine. So we are using, I've adapted it to personal use for 6 tablespoons of oil. Recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to use this one as I'm going to have a little bit more, probably about 4 or 5 tablespoons of oil is what it'll measure out to. And it's got my delivery in. So I am going to do lavender on these. And what I have found is that there are different types of lavender oil. I have lavender essential oil, which smells really good. It smells amazing. Kind of almost like it's got almost like a eucalyptus bite to it. And then I have lavender fragrance oil, which is much more floral and sweet smelling. And then I have lavender Bulgarian essential oil, which is definitely a little bit spicier, which is fascinating to me because it's all lavender oil and it's scented differently. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the lavender essential oil 4042. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 29, 30. Okay. Each recipe calls for a different amount of scented oils to be used. I'm going to turn that a little bit more. I'm using 30 drops in this one. We're going to go ahead and mix this up. It's going to be so pretty. Looks so nice. And this is just our dry ingredients. And mix them, mix them, mix them. Mix them up real well. Be gentle because I have a habit of throwing them over the edge. Just, you know, because I can, I guess. Can or do. At this point, I think I'm just me. I'm 30 years old and I have been a different person every year of my life, I think. But I also think I'm getting better every day of my life too. So that's the goal, right? Is to grow and change and pursue our dreams and become better and better. Let's see, here's the good mixing bit. Now we've got that oil in there, which maybe I should be doing that better and just putting all of it in at once in the center of it, but oh, it smells so good. We're mixing and we're mixing, and I'm going to kind of press it together. It's going to be easier if I was standing. We're going to get that oil clumps back in there because they like to escape up the spoon. Mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. I'm kind of just pressing it together using the spoon. It's getting a really good grainy texture, and this is getting close to what I'm looking for. You can still see some clumps in here that I want to break up. Of course, I'm sure some of those are created because of the way I mix. Press, 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 press. Press, 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 round the bowl. Scoop, divide, spin, press, 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 round the bowl. I think it mixes it well this way. It breaks up the clumps, but I guess it might also create clumps at the same time. Alright, see that texture? See this texture? That's pretty damn good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a step that I have not seen in any of the recipes, but I prefer because I think it gives it a better texture. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to make bath bags. And that is taking a second bowl with the color in it. Don't break it, because I'll break it. But you shouldn't, because you're probably going to be better at this than I am. You're just going to scoop some in there. Do too much at a time, it's not going to go real well. And then we just sift it. You can see how quickly it comes out. Just do this all day. Nice clumps, kept in the strainer, get everything nice and fine. And I guess you could use a third bowl for this, but I have a feeling Hubs is frustrated enough with as much kitchenwares I've been pilfering for this without replacing, because he loves to cook. He is the cook in the family, and I feel like I play at being an adult, but we're going to make a go of this, because this has been years in the making, and this is what I want to do. I've spent 15 years in healthcare, and healthcare symptoms, but they'd rather push pills instead of taking care of the disease in the person. And I firmly believe that there are things we can do in our everyday life that'll keep us from getting sick. Using good healthy ingredients in our beauty care, our skin care, and our food. That's a big part of it. But also a big part of it is getting out and being active, you know. And you can't make somebody get out and be active, but you can make them feel good enough to want to be active. Going. Just gonna dig this around. Make sure we get in through the sieve. Oof, back is tight. So the first time I hurt my back, shit. See, I told you I was gonna spill, and I spilled. The first time I hurt my back was in 2018. Like mid-2018, summer of 2018, that's when it was. And I had a 300-pound patient that we were doing rehabilitation work with on the hospital floor, and we were trying to help him get up and walk, and they were super sweet, loved them to death, not like to death, but like loved them to bits and pieces. They walked out of the hospital, it's fine. But they ended up dead weighting on me, and what we're taught to do is to let go, and my nurse let go, and my dumb ass just grabbed onto him. I've never done that before. I have 2 degrees, 15 years experience in healthcare. When a patient falls down, you lower him to the floor, and I didn't. I held on. It fucked my back, and I was on bed rest for a month. And then when I left healthcare in September of 2019 for physical, mental health reasons, I started working in a barn and taking care of horses and doing, I love that. I love horses, I love animals, and that chance and opportunity to actually work with the animals and clean their stalls out and groom them and feed them and be with them every day and just be around them every day was incredible. I loved it. Plus, with being outside, we really didn't have to worry about the pandemic too much because we weren't in close quarters. We were working outside. There was about 15 of us that worked every single day, 7 days a week, all the way around the clock. Loved it. Loved it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. But why I had to leave was I fell out of the back of a tractor trailer with a hay bale and fell into the hay trailer with the hay bale. And my leg went down in between the 2 trailers. One leg went into the trailer. The hay bale landed on my arm. It was dead for the rest of the afternoon. Couldn't move my arm. And this is after 2 weeks. There was like a 2-week period where everything went wrong. I had a horse kick my ankle so hard I couldn't walk on it. I had to wear a boot for about a month. I fell out of the hay trailer. I got kicked twice really hard. That threw me up into the wall. I had 2 horses run over me while I was walking them out. The sprinklers turned on because the groundskeeper decided to, or didn't, I guess, check the time that we needed for the sprinklers to be set, and so they went off in the middle of turnout, and it was about 2 weeks, and at the end of those 2 weeks, I was cleaning stalls. Oh, and I had also gone through a medication withdrawal, which I don't know if anyone's withdrawn off the 2 milligrams of Xanax twice a day. It's a lot. I was on 4 milligrams extended release Xanax. My doctor wouldn't refill it. I wasn't able to get it refilled because it was like 2 days early. Because not only was I prescribed 4 milligrams of Xanax twice a day, 2 milligrams twice a day, but I was also allowed to take it PRN, which is as needed. So I was 2 days short, and I went through serious medication withdrawals, and so the day I was able to come back, I was like 2 days after I fell out of the tractor trailer, and I did 3 stalls, and I couldn't move. I was in tears just trying to move an empty wheelbarrow, and it sucked. I ended up being on bed rest for 10 weeks with that, heavily medicated and supposedly not able to move. I wasn't supposed to move is what I should say, but I was pretty medicated, and so I ended up cutting a tree down, which extended it by another 2 weeks, which is fine. It was a pandemic, so I got unemployment, and then I got an under-the-table job at a bar, and then I got threatened at that bar within a week, and now I work at the Y, and I love the Y, and it's great, and the people that I work with there are incredible. They are absolutely incredible. And my director is an incredible woman who has built me up mentally and emotionally over the last year. It's been about a year, almost a year, a few months shy, whatever. We'll say a year. And she has really driven me to be able to believe in myself enough to be able to step out on my own and to pursue my dreams. Because I left the hospital with the intention of starting this company, and that was a year and a half ago. It was September of 2019. Now, granted, a lot of things happened in the meantime and kind of pushed everything back onto the back burner. And I'm starting where I'm at now. Alright, that's pretty well sifted. I got distracted. Usually these could have been made by now, but I got distracted. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to put that over there. We're going to put that over there. Well, we'll put that there for now. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, see how fine this is? Beautiful, but it's not quite the consistency that we need. So, taking my grapeseed oil, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to do 1, 2, 2, and we're just going to do 3 to start, 3 of the grapeseed, and a little bit more of the lavender scented oil. This is the lavender scented oil that we used earlier, and we'll use the other lavender oils that I have at another time. And we're just going to gently fold this in. I like the grapeseed. It has a lot of skin benefits, and I'm going to be using grapeseed, coconut, sunflower for my products that need the oils in it, and especially for this I want to use coconut and grapeseed because they're really good for the skin. They're good for sensitive skin. I'm not supposed to say that certain things that they will help with because that'll be by FDA standards, that'll classify it as a drug if I say that they help with certain things. And I don't want it to go through FDA certification. So these are just beauty things, and my goal is to help people without saying explicitly what it's going to help with, because that'll be an FDA cert. Listen, it's going to help you. You're going to love it. The bath bombs I have tried in the past they haven't been as good as I think they could be, quite frankly. I don't like the way they condition the water because they haven't conditioned the water and mine do. I haven't liked the way they smell because they smell chemically, honestly. Like, you can pronounce everything that I put into this: Epsom salt, cornstarch, baking soda, citric acid, essential oil, and it's going to be like rose and lavender and eucalyptus essential oils, you know. Like, I want you to be able to pronounce everything that's in this bath bomb so you can know what's going on your skin. And I'm not going to put anything like mica into these, and I'm not going to put colorants and irritants, because those are irritants. For one, they're irritating to your skin, and for two, they're irritating to the environment. So mine are just going to be pretty, perfect, white, clean. They are going to dye the water, which is super fun. I found, I'll show you in a minute, but they are water-soluble, eco-friendly watercolor tablets that are meant for kids, but adults really like them too, because I'm an adult and I really like them. Here we go. We're going to pull a little bit out of each one of these. Kind of overfilled it a little bit, just doing the base. We're going to take this and we're going to tamp it down a little bit. My husband's in the kitchen tearing something apart. Shit. I'm so sorry I dropped you.